Not bad news, is it? You know I can't take bad news. The day started out so good. Had a good night's sleep. Had a good BM. I don't want to hear any...
In the golden era of Hollywood, stars were revered like gods. Their talent, beauty, and charisma enchanted audiences worldwide. But with great fame comes great scrutiny, and for some stars, a single misstep could spell disaster. Today, we're exploring the stories of classic Hollywood icons whose careers took a sharp turn for the worse after ill-fated appearances on talk shows. These moments, captured live and broadcast to millions, reveal the unpredictable nature of fame. Let's delve into the top 10 classic stars who saw their illustrious careers crumble before their very eyes, right on national television. Bette Davis, the night that fueled a feud. Bette Davis was known for her incredible acting skills and her fiery personality. She had no qualms about speaking her mind, which became both her strength and her Achilles heel. In 1963, during an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, Davis was asked about her infamous feud with Joan Crawford. Instead of dodging the question, Davis delivered a scathing critique of Crawford. The rawness of her words left audiences stunned and fueled the public's fascination with their rivalry. While Davis continued to work, the outburst painted her as a bitter star who couldn't let go of past grudges. The incident marked a turning point, where the legend of Bette Davis became entangled with the drama of her off-screen life. Errol Flynn, a reputation tarnished. Errol Flynn was the epitome of the dashing leading man, but his off-screen escapades were often more dramatic than his films. During a 1958 interview on The Mike Wallace Interview, Flynn spoke candidly about his scandalous lifestyle, including his relationships with much younger women. His revelations were too much for the conservative 1950s audience, and the once glamorous star found himself facing public outrage. The interview peeled back the curtain on Flynn's private life, exposing a side of him that audiences were not ready to accept. Flynn's career never recovered from this revealing moment, and he became more known for his scandals than his silver screen heroics. Judy Garland, the heartbreaking confession. Judy Garland was America's sweetheart, but behind the scenes, she struggled with immense pressure, addiction, and mental health issues. In 1962, Garland appeared on the Jack Paar program and opened up about her battles. The raw honesty of her confession was both heartbreaking and shocking. While it endeared her to some, it also highlighted the darker side of Hollywood's relentless demands on its stars. The public's perception of Garland shifted from a vibrant performer to a tragic figure, and her career, already on shaky ground, continued to decline. The interview remains one of the most poignant moments in television history, revealing the heavy toll that fame can take. Montgomery Clift, the wounded star. Montgomery Clift was one of Hollywood's brightest talents, known for his intense performances and striking looks. However, a devastating car accident in 1956 left him physically and emotionally scarred. By the time he appeared on The Dick Cavett Show in 1963, Clift was a shadow of his former self. The interview was a painful watch, as Clift struggled to communicate, his anguish and vulnerability on full display. The appearance shattered the image of the once dashing star, and his career, already in decline, never recovered. Clift's heartbreaking interview serves as a reminder of how quickly Hollywood can turn its back on those who are no longer at their peak. Mae West, the queen of controversy. Mae West built her career on pushing boundaries with her witty and provocative persona. But during a 1954 appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show, West's suggestive remarks went too far for the era's conservative sensibilities. The backlash was immediate, with critics and audiences alike condemning her for being too explicit. Although West was a seasoned star, the controversy marked the beginning of the end for her in Hollywood. Studios became wary of working with her, and she struggled to find roles that matched her once iconic status. This talk show appearance was a stark reminder that even Hollywood's most daring stars could face consequences for stepping too far over the line. Orson Welles, genius or egotist? Orson Welles was a brilliant filmmaker, but his massive ego often overshadowed his work. In a 1970 appearance on the Dick Cavett Show, Wells's arrogance was on full display. He belittled the host, the audience, and even his own accomplishments, coming across as self-centered and out of touch. The interview did little to endear him to the public or the Hollywood elite, and it further cemented his reputation as a difficult and unapproachable figure. While Wells continued to create, the industry's appetite for his talents waned, leaving him to spend his later years fighting to finance his projects. His talk show outburst is a classic example of how hubris can lead to an artist's downfall. Joan Crawford, when the mask slipped. Joan Crawford was a master of controlling her image, but her appearance on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson in 1964 exposed a different side of her. In an emotionally charged interview, Crawford lashed out at her rival Bette Davis, clearly affected by Davis's earlier comments. The rawness of her anger shocked audiences, who were used to seeing Crawford as the epitome of Hollywood glamour. The incident painted Crawford as insecure and vindictive, tarnishing her carefully crafted image. Although she continued to work, the interview marked a significant decline in her career, as Hollywood began to distance itself from the drama that surrounded her. Rita Hayworth, The Tragic Silence. Rita Hayworth was one of Hollywood's most beautiful and talented stars, but her personal life was marred by turmoil. In 1968, Hayworth appeared on The Mike Douglas Show in what was supposed to be a light-hearted interview. Instead, Hayworth's nervousness and confusion led to several painfully awkward moments of silence. The interview revealed the toll that years of Hollywood's pressures had taken on her, and it was clear to viewers that Hayworth was no longer the vibrant star they once adored. The interview accelerated her retreat from the public eye, and she became a symbol of the destructive side of fame. Mickey Rooney, the bitter veteran. Mickey Rooney had been a beloved figure in Hollywood for decades, but his 1973 appearance on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson left many fans disheartened. Rooney used the platform to air his grievances about the industry, criticizing everything from studio heads to younger actors. While his frustrations were understandable, the rant came across as bitter and out of touch, alienating both the audience and the industry. Rooney's career, which had already seen its share of ups and downs, suffered further as Hollywood distanced itself from his negativity. The appearance served as a cautionary tale about the dangers of airing one's grievances in the public eye. Laurence Olivier, the out-of-touch veteran. Laurence Olivier was one of the most respected actors of his time, but his 1966 interview on the Dick Cavett Show revealed a disconnect with the changing times. Olivier's dismissive comments about the younger generation of actors were seen as out of touch, leading to backlash from both audiences and the industry. The interview highlighted a generational divide, with Olivier coming across as an elder statesman who was no longer relevant in the evolving landscape of Hollywood. Although he continued to work, the incident marked a shift in how Olivier was perceived, and it tarnished his legacy as one of the greats. The world of Hollywood is as precarious as it is glamorous. These stars, who once ruled the silver screen, saw their careers unravel before a live audience. Their stories serve as reminders of the unpredictable nature of fame and the fact that even the brightest stars can fall from grace. In the world of entertainment, one misstep can change everything, proving that, in Hollywood, nothing is guaranteed.